Got your regulator over here.
Yes, which will control
The speed.
The speed, okay. And what would gauge? Where would your gauge be to know that would it be indicated here that you know what your speeds are? Or?
I think so.
Okay.
These would be the steam pressure gauges.
Pressure gauges, okay. This would be to release pressure.
No, this would be the this is the either the train brake or the locomotive brake.
Oh, okay, brakes, okay.
This should be released, and this should be
full brake.
yes.
Full brake and release, okay. Oh,
Yes.
here's a guy on YouTube here. You're talking about this, my son.
Hello, I'm Connor. Nice to meet you.
He's got his hand on his camera there, but he's got a YouTube channel if you want to learn about trains and stuff like that. Oh, if you're interested. He's giving me a breakdown on this. This is a steam engine, okay?
These would be I think these are for your cylinder cocks.
Which one? Now put your hand on the shoulder.
These
okay.
No wait, this is the reverser.
Oh.
Yes, this is your regulator. It controls your speed.
Throttle, okay.
This is the brake.
Brake, yeah.
Another brake.
Your reverse would be on this mechanism here, you thinking?
Yes, this is your reverser.
Okay.
And these are over here are for your cylinder cocks. You know the whenever you see them starting with the steam shooting out.
Mm-hmm. Yes, and it shoots out the side of the train.
Yes.
Yes. That's very interesting. Well, I guess you're fast. You're
Yes.
You really like trains.
Yes, I do.
Yeah, good for you. So do I. I've sat in locomotives, I've sat in cabooses, I worked in the railroad 5 miles long.
What railroad did you work for?
CPR out west.
Oh, this railroad right here.
Yes, and I worked in the Canuck Tunnel, 5 mile long tunnel through the Rocky Mountains.
Was that near where Rogers Pass is?
Yes, it is.
Oh, yes.
I worked in that tunnel. I went from one end right to the other.
Wow.
And when I got to the other end of the tunnel, I looked inside of it and the sun was just starting to come down. I took a picture of it. It looked like a star. 5 miles through a mountain. Now they got a new one out west, 10 miles long, to the Rockies.
How many kilometers would that be?
One's 6 kilometers, and the other one's 4 kilometers.
4 kilometers. Impressive.
And the one that was built, the first one, is called the Canuck Tunnel. I don't know if you ever seen it on television.
I've seen a little bit of it.
That's the Chinese that says
yes.
One Japanese died for every mile of the track.
Yes.
Well, they were carrying nitroglycerine.
Yes.
And they had to go into the Canuck Tunnel to place this nitroglycerine to explode it,
boom,
the boot, take out the rock and keep going.
Yes.
And a lot of people were afraid of this, right? Because they knew
yes.
that the chances of them coming out were nil, but they were guaranteed that they would be, their family could come to Canada and they would bring their family home. So in order to have their families, their wife and children, or brothers and sisters, they took the risk. Nitroglycerine is a liquid. One wrong move, it's
boom.
Boom, yeah, game over. You know how many of them died?
No, how many?
Quite a few.
Oh, quite a lot. That's my dad over there.
Oh.
Hi.
Hi, nice to meet you, sir.
Yeah.
He's giving me a breakdown on the train, and I'm giving him a story about I worked in the Canuck Tunnel.
Oh, well, wow.
Yes, he used to work for this railroad, CP.
Wow.
Yes.
Now, where does that go from?
That's in Rogers Pass.
Oh, in
Rogers Pass.
Yes.
Was it a replacement tunnel or a refurbishing?
No, they're still using it, but they also built a new one now that's 10 miles long. That's the newer one that they built with special boring machines.
Yes, yeah.
But the old one was done with nitroglycerine and Chinese labor.
Yeah.
And in the tunnel itself, like I worked from one end to the other where I was a welder in a welding crew.
Oh, yes.
And the Japanese dug cutouts in the side of the rocks because it was too far for them to walk 2 miles in, 2 miles out, so they actually lived in these tunnels.
Oh, my. Wow.
Yeah. And ate their rice and their lunches and whatever, and then when they get up in the morning and just continue on from there.
Yeah.
But so we were not allowed to explore them because it's so wet and dripping that they fill up with water.
Yeah.
Like, we don't know, they used to make it almost like homes.
Wow, right? Wow, that's amazing.
Interesting.
Yeah. So how long would it take for them to do the tunnel, to make a tunnel?
I have it on my hat and I normally wear it. I think I can't remember right now.
Couple
You'd have
years,
to look it up there. It's called a Canuck Tunnel.
Yeah.
And the gentleman who designed it was a French engineer from France. And they had 2 crews.
Yeah,
they couldn't go around the mountain.
Yeah.
They couldn't go over, so they had to go through it.
Yeah.
In order to connect
Yeah.
to the west.
Yeah, they had to take into account the grade. They couldn't get too high of a grade, so they had to keep everything within about 2-3%.
That's right.
Otherwise, they couldn't get the trains.
Runaway trains and stuff. But so he started 2 Japanese crews.
Japanese, not Chinese.
Chinese and Japanese.
Okay.
They don't mention the Japanese too much. I don't know why. I think it's because of the war.
Yeah.
But they were there too, the Chinese and Japanese. And they would have them on both sides, and they would start. And they were supposed to meet in the middle.
Yeah, with good luck. If they don't get the right surveying done, they're going to miss.
On the date that they were supposed to break through, they didn't break through. Mr. Canuck went into his motel, his room.
Oh my.
The very next day or 2, they broke through. He was 6 inches off his mark. Unfortunately, he thought he failed the biggest project in Canada.
Yeah.
It's interesting to look it up.
Wow, that's interesting. I don't think that would be in Wikipedia.
Well, yeah, it might be.
Because that's kind of insider baseball, the knowledge you got there, you know?
Well, that's because I lived it and I worked it. And,
So you worked how long you worked with drilling and stuff?
With CPR?
Yeah.
Oh, I started CPR here in Sudbury in 1975.
Wow.
Or sorry, started in 1979. 78 or 79. And I finished in 85 because my father was sick and passed, and I wanted to spend some time with him. My father lived in Ontario, so I came back to Ontario to spend some time with my dad. And unfortunately, I never went back to the railroad. I became a miner instead. But
that's another tough gig.
Hey, I've been 10,000 feet underground.
Yeah.
What a different life down there.
Yeah, just hope nothing falls.
Oh, that's not the only concern down there. Earthquakes and rock bursts and hidden gas.
Yeah.
And the smell down there is like a litter box because they use Amex, it's a powder for blasting. And as soon as it mixes with water, it turns into pure ammonia. And it's always dripping down there.
Tough. Oh man, that's.
And then you got the scoops.
Ammonia is poison.
The scoops are diesel.
Yeah.
Once I guess they're hoping to go to electric.
Yeah.
But right now they're still diesel powered. Everything underground is diesel powered. The gasoline is not allowed underground because of the explosions. And fire is your biggest enemy underground.
Burns.
Yeah.
How did they vent the place? They must have had huge air conditioning or vents, special tunnels to vent this thing.
No, it's ventilation that's pumped from the surface, and it's all done through piping.
Okay.
I'm a development miner. We've built refuge stations.
So they pump the fresh air down, and that would push you over there.
Yeah. Okay. It becomes like a.
Hey, they want to go back to work. Hey,
that's my But I've done some things in my life.
I can imagine. Yeah, my son here really is so into trains. You know, this is why.
Yes, I'm still in the train. Hello. Yeah, I'm having a conversation with a young man and his dad here. I told you this is my part of the museum or the center here, science center. Okay, bye. My daughter. I want to try
Okay. Wow. That's really quite a story that you got there.
I don't know if you ever heard of Creighton Mine.
Creighton Mine? No.
In Sudbury, Ontario.
No.
Where they have the neutrino lab.
Oh,
have the
yes, the snow lab.
Snow lab.
Yeah.
That's
I've heard
where
of that.
I was down. 10,000 feet underground. That's where the snow lab is.
Yeah. So you were helping excavate that cavity? Or?
No, that's already been there. I was down there as a development miner. What we're doing is we're building refuge stations, electrical substations.
All the infrastructure to support it.
And then once we're done, Valet would move in, and now they have all their guys. They have their mechanics bays now. They have their refuge stations for safety. They would have their electrical substations set up. Right? We go down there, and when we're down there, there's nothing. And when we leave, it's all cement, it's shotcreted the ceilings, and it looks like you walk in and it's like
you could
like
be anywhere.
Walking into here, right? It's all done and nice. Oh, this mining ain't so bad.
Yeah, little do they know.
They don't know what it's like before it's all done.
Have you ever had a collapse?
We've had some blowouts, yes, and
now a blowout is when there's some gas that blows out the water, or is it just as a collapse because of
underground tremors. And you could be standing there all of a sudden there, and this is a rock wall, and then all of a sudden you'll go stand over here because you got to go get a tool, and this whole thing just goes poof.
Wow.
Or and underground.
I guess the
earthquakes.
pressure just
Yeah,
shoots it out.
Ground's pressure, yeah.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden the wall just collapses.
Wow.
And I mean, these boulders are the size of this.
Yeah.
crush
Oh
ups.
yeah. Oh yeah.
And the underground tremors, those are scary.
Really.
Underground earthquakes, yeah. And we've had those too. We were working on a certain area, the Jeep came and picked us up because it was time for lunch. Had he been 5 minutes late, we'd all been killed.
Isn't life amazing?
Oh, it's just crazy.
Yeah.
And you should see how they panic then when things like that happen, because they got to do a head count
Yeah.
of everybody, because now search and rescue's got to go down and find
Yeah.
them.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's,
How long would it take you to get out of the mine once you're down there? I mean, it'd take quite a while, eh? 20
well,
minutes?
you're down there for 12 hours.
Yeah.
In Creighton Mine, they have the fastest shaft I've ever been on.
Okay.
Okay, the cage.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable how fast they drop you down and they bring you up again.
Oh yeah.
Certain mines aren't that quick.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
But yeah, it don't take long. It's like an express train there. It's like as if they just dropped you. You can feel your stomach just, and on the way up, it's like. If you ever get a chance to experience tour of mine, it's they don't often let people do it, but
yeah. Well, that's fascinating stuff.
They let me and Amy tour for mine once.
yeah, I brought them down underground. They had a family day. I brought them down 4,000 feet and showed them where Dad worked. But they cornered it off.
Yeah, making sure it's safe.
So it was safe, where it's all shotcreted, that's cement and everything.
So they don't see
it was all pretty. There was no hazards to scratch yourself on or nothing to cut yourself on, and no rocks to fall on your head. But then the real world is.
It sounds like you came through all right.
I did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you're retired now? You're working?
Yes, I'm retired now.
Yeah.
My spine is finished.
Oh.
So I'm on a disability.
Okay.
Unfortunately, they can't operate on my spine. I gotta be real careful when I'm
Well,
I'll be in a wheelchair.
I hope they're paying for you.
But they are.
Yeah.
Well, I earned it too. I've been working since I was a young man.
Yeah. Well, it takes a toll on the body.
Yes, and the jobs I had, like I said, working on the railroad.
Yeah.
But he's very knowledgeable. I like that. Keep it up.
Yeah, he's been a train buff ever since he's been a little toddler. I've taken him all over. We've gone down to, well, of course he's been riding the Wakefield train when it was running, and of course we went all the way down by Amtrak all the way down to Washington.
Okay.
And back, and we've also got a steam train town a number of times down in Pennsylvania, Scranton.
Okay.
And we've taken the.
Are you American?
No. We went down there to see the split. And guess what? The working locomotives they had down there are ones from built in Canada.
Okay.
So they've got big Canadian Pacific on the side, and all Americans say, why you got a Canadian train down here? And also too, we've gone across. I've been across 3 times on the Canadian across the country.
Oh, you have been across Canada on the train? So you've been through spiral tunnels?
Well, it was pretty dark, so I don't know what it was.
Because that's in Rogers Pass.
Well, this was whether we CN. So I don't know the CNCP. I guess Rogers is further north than the President.
Yes.
We went
CN
through that.
has a different
Through
line.
Golden. We went through Golden.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
Then you're on the CP line.
Yeah. And then we've also gone from here to Nova Scotia on the Ocean Express as well.
Okay.
So we've done a lot of traveling by train. And of course, get in one of those nice berths where everything is all got your own little cabin and everything.
Yeah, first class and that. Yeah.
Oh well, I mean, you're going to be traveling 3 days across the country.
You might as well.
Get all the fancy silver and
why not?
pay an extra
Have
buck.
a nice little berth. It makes you comfortable. You don't have to worry about hitting animals on the highway when you're driving. You don't have to worry about falling asleep on the road.
And it's really pretty. I mean, at night, I remember the first trip when we were coming back from Nova Scotia. It was in the middle of winter. It was after Christmas. And we went through New Brunswick, and it just snowed. And everything was so pretty. And the skies cleared. You could see all bright, brilliant stars and the moon. And the train was just whispering along. It was magic. Just beautiful.
I've taken trips from BC, from Calgary, right to
On the
Vancouver.
Mountaineer?
And I was a railroad.
Oh, of course,
Because I worked for CPR, I was allowed to get on the train.
Okay.
I could get on the engines if I wanted to.
Yeah.
They didn't never charge me nothing.
Excellent.
So a lot
Well,
of
they
times,
charge you a lot now.
A lot of times I'd get on the passenger train though, right?
Yeah,
And I'd go and the best ride is from Calgary all the way to Revelstoke.
Okay.
Because that's where you go through the spiral tunnels.
Okay.
The grade was so high that they couldn't come down.
Yeah.
So what they had to do is they had to make a spiral turn this way, and then another turn this way to lower the grade, and then come